Alright guys, welcome back. We are watching Sousou Frieren Season 2, Episode 6. Last time, we had to find the legendary Lecker bow shaft. We got that found. And Frieren was put into mining slavery. Indentured servitude, I guess. She had to pay off her debt, right? I guess that's the technical term. But we got all that figured out, so that's cool. We're continuing our way through the northern plateau. It's a pretty scary area in a lot of ways. It's interesting how I wonder how much different life even is for people up here ever since the Demon King was defeated. I guess it's better. There aren't demons killing them, I assume, like it probably was like before. But it feels like people have still been kind of like abandoned almost, you know? I don't know. We don't really know how the world works on that level that much, but this doesn't look good, whatever's on my screen right now. So let's watch episode 6. You can line your own copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. I hope this is a flashback and we didn't just walk into this town that is currently burning. That is quite the sound, huh? Chains? Or just, okay. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Looks like, I was gonna say it looked like Aura's horns. Probably not Aura, right? Oh, God, what is that thing? Oh, ooh, a messenger pigeon. I see. Oh, yeah. I wonder if this is a flashback? Ooh, I see. Is that one of the seven sages? Should I know that silhouette? And the flag burns. Man, I wonder if that is a flashback or if we are approaching that place right now. Man. God, talking about how like people's lives in the northern lands have even changed that much since the Demon King's defeat. I don't know. I don't know. It's such like a desolate, scary area compared to everywhere else we've been, you know. And I mean, they don't even let people enter. It just feels like they've like given up on it almost, you know. Hmm. Because like we've had mention in just the last episode, I guess, about the state, about the government, right? How does that even work in this world? I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. God, it's hard to believe we're already halfway through season 2. It's only 10 episodes, right? Doesn't feel right. I was thinking about how we've already seen like basically all those characters, you know. A demon slaying request. 30 years after the death of Himmel the hero in the Rufen region, located in the northern plateau. Oh, it's her. What's her name again? Oh, I'm so for some reason her name specifically. I can never remember it. But it's her from the Mage exam. Oh, I see. I don't know if that's oh yeah, I don't know if that's gonna get you very far as a demon. Oh, and him. Oh god, I forget his name too. It started with a G. Oh, yeah. Right, right. He's the one of the proctors for the first class Mage exam, right? And he always had an interesting attitude. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Oh, well, here's the village. I wonder how long ago this happens. Ah, I see. Oh, his hometown. Wow. For Syria to send him here. Interesting. No attachment, huh? Oh, was that the guy who was hiding? Oh, wow, we can just lift that, huh? Oh, yeah, no, that was his name. There was the one with the silhouette with the three red eyes, or however many eyes it was. I don't know. Ooh, interesting. Right, yeah. Yeah, she's very impressive, right? She can, like, do a lot of stuff. Yeah. Ooh, that was so good. Ah, I see. And yet he said he had no attachment to this place. Oh, is he? I don't know if he's gonna make it. I hope. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, God. So many, huh? Yeah. Oh. Ah, yeah, Method. That's her name. Ah, yeah. Wow. Hmm. Comforted him, at least. Hmm. Wants to live, of course. God, it has to be so. Yeah, what? It has to hurt so much, even if he says he has no attachment to this place. I don't know. I just can't even imagine. Yeah. How long has it been, I wonder? Oh, God. Good question, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you were the ones who were supposed to, you know, protect people, be in the way for that. God, look at him. Oh, interesting. That definitely fits with the way he views first class mages, yeah. Yeah, already too late. News moves slow, I guess. No, you can't be everywhere at once. Yeah, I mean, I guess he feels like he should have, what, been back here, you know? It's a complicated feeling, I'm sure. Oh, Frieren? We captured a bird. Or maybe not Frieren. Uh, God, what's his name? No, it's gotta be Frieren. Come on. Verbal. That's who I was thinking of. Ooh, I see. Right. What? Frieren, what are we doing? Okay, okay. Indeed, indeed. Indeed. Ooh. Yeah, that's an interesting comparison, huh? With him? Hmm. Oh, all of the crows. Well, everyone's dead. That's about the situation. I don't know. What can we even do at this point, right? Could try and hunt down the demons that didn't die, I guess. That's about all we could do, right? Doesn't really help the situation. Hmm. Yeah. Good question. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a uncontrollable, like bloodlust almost. It seems like, to just deceive and kill. A loose end, huh? God, this episode, it's very different. Oh, I see. I was wondering about the red cloaks, yeah. Ah, okay, okay. Interesting. It's not like you can prepare for full-scale invasion like that. Yes, it is. I see. An autopsy spell, huh? So there must have been, yeah, yeah, there must have been one who got away. Oh, how terrifying humanity can be, huh? Oh, God. It's the destroyed village. It's so, huh. Not all the houses are gone, I guess. Girl, what are you doing? She gotta learn how to fight with a sword, too. And she already knows how to do, like, everything. And she's gotta learn that also. Oh, I see. Interesting. A demon who themselves. Ah, I see. Two swords, huh? Okay. Well, for now. Interesting. I wonder what Frieren is thinking. I don't know. Okay, I didn't like the sound. I didn't like the sound of that clinking when you picked it up. Is it just more? Yeah, it's just more of this. Okay. How lucky. How lucky. Great. Will that ever happen? Two swords. Whatever that means. I wonder if Frieren has some insight into that, huh? That's so loud. Like, that sound is crazy. God, it literally sounds like you're clinking some rocks together. Like, that is insane. That cannot be edible. Yeah, here's your bag of rocks. Oh my god, that sound. Very. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, will there ever be anyone who comes back here and does anything with them? Oh, understand what? Oh, would they get, like, attacked or something? I see. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Hmm. Yeah. God, that's so. Man, that's so sad. Isn't it? Like, can't even be buried here, you know? I guess, right? Yeah, but it just feels so different, you know? Ooh, interesting. I feel like a lot of Genauer's, like, behavior makes more sense. Now that we know he was, like, born in the Northern Plateau, lived up here, all of this. It was attitude, I guess. Ooh, yeah, yeah. That sound is ridiculous. I want to know how they made that sound effect. It's literally. Man, I know, what a crazy place to meet, huh? Small world. I see. God, look at her. Oh, I see. A carrier squirrel. True, very true. Okay, interesting. Yeah, right? Why are you working under her orders? Fern certainly isn't, right? Oh, as her student, huh? Ah, okay. I guess they would probably want to. A lot of people would want to. Indeed. Hmm. Oh, God. If you say so. If you say so. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, friends were jealous. Ooh, how not to behave, huh? Interesting. Okay. Sounds good. Use two swords. Probably. Yeah, does that mean anything to you, Frieren? Ooh, okay. Sure. I don't know if that would be. Maybe that's just not their style, though, right? I bet that probably is the case, typically. But I wonder. Ooh, God. On the walls. Right, right. But it's almost then, it's like, what's the point? Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Right, it feels like just one sword would just be better, you know? Hmm. Really struggling to, like, make it work. Yeah, yeah. I wonder. Four blades. I see, I see. Yeah. Okay, okay. Ooh, yeah, that's the silhouette we saw. Interesting. Is it one of the seven sages? Oh, yeah, there's eyes. Yeah, that sound. Jesus Christ. Okay, interesting. God, that was such a different episode, right? Than like any other episode of this show, I feel like, right? Man, there's such a quiet, like, I don't know, the atmosphere to it, you know? I mean, it really puts you in the universe, that feeling of like, yeah, they're in this abandoned village, everyone's fucking dead, right? Yeah, yeah. Hmm. God, we really only have 4 episodes left after this. That's just not fair. It's not fair because the entire time I was watching season one, I was thinking, well, not the entire time, but like towards the end, I was thinking like, oh, I'm still gonna have season two to watch after this. So like, yeah, it's ending, but like, you know, I'll have so much more. It'll be awesome. And now we only get 10 episodes, which like I guess it's better than nothing, right? Obviously, I assume they did it for like pacing reasons or like, you know, probably be hard to like split something up or something. You know, it's the only way they can imagine doing it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we'll talk about the episode in the discussion. Okay, let's talk about the episode. Man, yeah, this episode is so different than like I don't know, every other episode of Frieren ever. It's so quiet. There's so little music. That's what I was thinking about for like so much of the episode. It's just how like silent it is, right? And how weird that feeling is, how they're in this village that just everyone is dead, right? it has to feel I don't even know how it would feel. I just don't even know, right? I just can't imagine it. Just walking into a village like this and it's just destroyed and everyone's dead and just like the silence, How weird that must feel. How weird it must feel to like be in these houses and stuff where I don't know. It feels very striking to me, I suppose, right? Because normally in this show, we're always in like these pretty like bustling towns that got a lot of stuff going on. There's people all over, but it's so quiet. It's so lonely, right? There's just nothing. Everyone is dead, right? It just it's very unique, right? That's obviously the vibe they were going for with the episode, right? That's why it's so, there's literally, I think music plays in this episode like, I don't know, 3 times or something. So much of it is just silent, right? It's it feels very powerful just for that, I guess, because it feels like in this show, it feels like we don't have that very often, where it's just, there's music. It's a pretty common thing in anime in general, right? Yeah, yeah. Especially like when they're in the church. I think that's when it was really, it's so silent, like just the characters talking. Like moments like that where there's just a couple seconds of silence, right? That just it feels so weird, right? And there's not even like a buzz or there's not even it sounds like there's not even a sound of like air or anything, You know how like if I take off my headset right now and I just kind of like listen, I can kind of hear like some like vague like background noise and stuff. It sounds like there's not even that. It's just completely dead air, just complete silence. Yeah, yeah. It's just for that reason alone, this might be one of my favorite episodes. Just in terms of like the way it's produced and like the atmosphere and all of that. It's so ooh, God. It's very enjoyable. It's very enjoyable. So we start the episode seeing the attack on the village, right? Everything's burning. They're just killing everyone. The demons attacked. They didn't even eat anyone, which we talk about later in the episode. That like, why, right? Why do demons do this? Why do they kill people, not even to eat them? For one, I guess my question too is like, we've seen monsters and demons in this show like disintegrate away into dust, into nothingness, right? We've seen that several times, right? Whenever they die, do they even need to eat? I guess they must, right? Like, if it's a known fact that demons eat humans, I guess they must, right? Assumedly. I don't know. It's kind of just the question that's been in the back of my mind in this show and this universe for a long time, which is like, what even are monsters? What even are demons, right? They seem like they're like made out of mana, but because every time they die, like I think about like you know, no, it's just all of them we've ever seen. It's like they disintegrate into like these black like particles. And I've always wondered, is it like, are they mana? Are they made of? Are they summoned by something? Right? I don't know. I don't know. But they attack the village. We get some crazy designs for some of them. This one with the staff. And it's like you can see how like emotionless they are almost. Man, dragging people off. This little boy crying over his dead mom. Oh man. Yeah, yeah. There's one of the outlines really made me think of Aura back here. Her, right? Kind of the hair even kind of looks like it, right? I don't remember what Aura had horns, right? But I think they kind of like curved and like did weird shit, right? They weren't like this. It's been a while. Oh God, it's been a long time. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, so here are the members of so it's like they're part of the company from the last episode. They're like the military part of it, right? That do so much work in like protecting the villages around here and stuff, right? it's such an interesting, it's interesting from like their perspective as like a company and stuff. But it's like, yeah, they probably don't want all their potential customers to die. You know what I mean? I guess they do have quite the motivation to try and do this. So, I think it's so different in like today, like our world, right? Um, because the scale at which we have like defeated nature is completely different. You know what I mean? Like people nowadays and like 99% of like I don't know America, that's where I live, that's kind of all I can think about, right? You don't have to worry about like bears or the predators coming in and killing you, right? That's not something you think about, right? That's just not it's just not a worry, right? Maybe if you live out in the middle of nowhere, if you live in like a really rural area, but even then you probably don't actively like you just lock your door. You don't think about a bear coming in to kill you. um but in this world, right, and I guess my point in saying that is like we like normal predators and stuff like that. We just don't worry about it. We don't worry about it. We don't think about it at all, right? Like if there's a threat to people, it's other people, right? And if a bunch of like bears or wolves or something started attacking a village in the real world right now, I don't know. We could wipe them off the face of the earth instantly. We have guns, right? Like when I don't think it'd be a problem. In this world, it's not like that at all, right? Demons exist, monsters exist, very terrifying things exist that it's not so easy to just like be able to defeat so easily. They don't have like the same power over like nature the same way like we do, because we have guns, we have all these things that make us so different. Whereas them, no, it's like such a, like demons exist. The average demon is way stronger than the average person, obviously, right? They slaughter this whole village. So in that sense, it's probably very difficult to establish like a normal kind of like government or state or anything like that. Because kind of like inherent in that, in like establishing something like that, is you have to have like power. You have to be the most powerful thing, so no one can just defy you and like that's kind of all the stuff that goes into it, right? And if you're not even stronger than like nature itself, if you can't protect all the citizens and everything, right, then yeah, it's basically just gonna be impossible for like a normal government or state and stuff like that to be established. So it makes sense why it's almost like it feels like such a crazy thing in our world. But yeah, it makes sense that it's down to like these companies and stuff with like mercenaries, basically people on payroll that protect all these villages and stuff, rather than any kind of government or anything like that. Because I mean, they have an interest in protecting the people of the village, right? Not that like the average person doesn't, right? Like the average person obviously doesn't want all these villagers to die, but the company has, they have a monetary incentive to want to protect them too, because they are kind of their customers. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think that's interesting. It makes sense, right? It makes sense how if today in our world, if suddenly crazy predators from another dimension appeared that were immune to nuclear bombs and guns, and we couldn't kill them, and they started killing people all the time, yeah, I think the world order as we know it would fall apart like pretty quickly, right? And that's just kind of how Frieren's world is. Like there's monsters and demons and stuff far stronger than anything we have today that like we could deal with. They fight this crazy lizard guy. This thing looks terrifying, honestly. Can I say that? Am I being racist? I hope not. Um, it looks scary. I don't know. It's something. The way it's something about it really unsettles me. I don't know why. It's just something I don't know. When I was watching it, like it's like the fact that it has like arms, like almost normal human looking arms, but it's like that something about it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Anyway, we send off a carrier pigeon, messenger pigeon, whatever it's called, with the I guess so. Was it sent to? I'm not clear on that exactly. Was it sent to Siri to have her send out the demon hunting request? Because Siri knew about it, and she's the one who requested Ginnar and Methode to show up, right? I don't know. I don't know. Or because Frieren got it too. I'm unclear on how exactly that worked. And then we see this guy with 4 arms, creepy red eyes. He apparently actually has like 9 eyes, right? I think, or is it 8? Are there 3 on both sides here and 2 in the middle? I think so, right? They're like layered on top of each other. Terrifying. He has 4 arms. He uses 4 swords. Is this one of the 7 sages of destruction? I think it might be that silhouette, maybe, right? But I feel like when we saw, because we saw other silhouettes in like one of the first episodes of the season, right? The silhouettes were like really indistinct, other than the ones that like we've already seen, like Aura, right? Very indistinct, very hard to tell what we were even looking at. So maybe, I don't know, I don't know. But most of them are already dead, right? Most of them are already dead, because Aura's dead. The what was it? The three that the Hero of the South defeated, right? So there would be three left, I think, right? Oh, did the Hero of the South defeat three or four? I don't remember. The flag burns and falls. Very sad, very sad. It's actually such a like I just can't even imagine. It's, who can imagine something like that happening? It's just so far away from like human experience today. That's like the weird thing. This is a really broad subject. I don't know if I should even talk about it, but it's the weird thing about like media and like stories like this in general, how common things like that are portrayed. Just like horrible things like a village being attacked by a bunch of demons and burning down, all this crazy shit. When in reality today, almost no one at all will ever experience anything like that, right? Obviously, there's a lot of parts of the world that are still like unsafe, and bad things will happen in a lot of people's lives, right? Of course, right? But nothing like demons showing up and burning down your village and killing everyone, right? It's just weird to me that things like that are so common in media. And it feels like such an experience that it's so easy to like that it feels like it's easy to understand because you've watched it in like so many shows, you've seen it in so many shows and stuff like that. But actually experiencing it yourself, trying to imagine what it would be like to experience that kind of thing yourself. I just don't even it's impossible. It's impossible, right? It feels like something that is impossible to understand if you haven't experienced it, right? Of course. And yet it's something that's so common in media. So many people write about it. So many people, you know, it's interesting. 30 years after the death of Himmel the hero in the Rufen region, located in the Northern Plateau. Should we translate that word? What do you guys think? What do you think it means? Curious. Rufen. English. Call. Call? I guess. I guess it says it means call. Maybe that makes sense because they sent out the message. Right? That'd be such a stupid reason for it to be called the Rufen region, right? Like call, like to cry out, to send a message, right? That would be really dumb. That would be really stupid. But considering again the translations of how many names and words in this show have been things like that, maybe that makes sense. Maybe that makes sense. Anyway, here's Method. I love her clothes. She's looking. God, it must be cold up here. It looks real warm. That's for sure. But here we are, her and Gina. We see this demon. Man, God, we've talked about demons so much. I guess there's no reason to rehash the whole thing. There's no reason to rehash everything yet again, right? We've talked about it so many times. Just very interesting. Because, I mean, I guess, of course, this demon doesn't want to die, I suppose, right? But, like, why do demons even not want to die, right? Like, what is going on in their head? You know what I mean? It's so alien. It's so hard to understand, right? It's so hard to come to terms with the idea of something that seems so human and is able to talk, is able to speak, able to communicate with you, and yet isn't right has nothing similar to your like conscious experience, like the way you think about things at all. Read those words more times than I can count. So we got Gina here, and God, he gets this demon, huh? His attitude is interesting. We learn in this episode that he grew up here. He grew up in this village in the Northern Plateau, in this area. Probably faced like the fear of demons and all of that stuff, right? He tells Stark about like the reality of the Northern Plateau in a way, right? Through like what they have to do with bodies, how they can't even bury them. You can't even be buried here. That's such a sad thing. Um, I think it makes sense with like his attitude about first class mages and all of that. I bet he has a very well, it's probably complicated, right? It's probably complicated. He has such a high opinion of what it means to be a first class mage, and such a high opinion of like of all these things, like yeah, what it means to be a first class mage, right? Um, and I get that. I guess that probably comes for him from a place of having experience like living in the Northern Plateau, having that fear and everything, you know. He probably puts a lot of weight into that title of being a first class mage, because he blames himself too, right? He says like, oh, he kind of wishes he could have been here to like stop all of this, of course, right? And I imagine that's kind of why he wanted to be a first class mage in the first place, you know. That's why it feels like in season 1 he felt so, God, I don't know. He felt so haughty about what it means to be a first class mage, kinda, right? He felt so like, um, yeah, you know what I mean, right? He probably would look down on the idea of like Fern and Frieren just getting this title of first class mage just to come up to the Northern Plateau and that's it, right? I think he puts a lot of meaning into what it means to be first class mage, because he's experienced so much of like what it means to die powerlessly to demons and live in fear and all of that, you know. And being a first class mage, I think, is kind of the opposite of that, right? It's kind of like you're getting all of this power and all of this, you know. You're representative of someone who kind of like fight back in a way, you know. That's why only first class mages can enter the Northern Plateau, right? Yeah. Where is this son of yours? Oh, oh God, all the crows. So many dead bodies, right? Received a demon slaying request directly from Assyria. I didn't know what I'd find, but it seems to be my hometown in ruins after a demon attack. That is so. Did Siri know? I assume she did. It's very interesting. I wonder. God, I don't know. I don't know. Genna is very, like, reserved with his emotions. It's very hard for me to tell, like, what he's even feeling, you know? But I mean, I feel like I would just be, like, in shock. Like, I don't know. He says he has no attachment to this place. I think that's. I don't know if he's being honest with himself. I think he definitely does, for sure, right? Finds this guy who he knows, and he recognizes him after all this time. Who knows how long he's been gone? Ah, man. And he just comforts him, right? He says he killed all of them, that it's all, you know, yeah, that everyone's safe. Because he knows he's going to die, right? He knows he's going to die. Yeah. So he wants to just tell him whatever he can. Reopen your shop soon. If only, right? God, it's so sad, right? But it really, man, yeah, what a sad scene. What a sad scene. All these bodies of the dead. Methods praying, of course. Hmm. God, makes even more sense too why people like why this whole religion around the goddess and all that is such a big thing. You know, it'd be so I you would really want something like that living in a world like this for sure, right? Let alone like whether or not it's like true in this world, right? I mean, who knows, right? Probably, I guess. I still have no idea. I still have no idea if when we get to Oriola, when we get to the land where souls rest, if we're actually finding anything or not. But I don't know. I don't know. But he still clung to me, still holds on to him. I wonder how he feels about that, because he was just thinking moments before this about how he has no attachment to this place and all of that, you know? And yet the people still have some attachment to him. He still has some attachment to the people. That's kind of all that matters, right? Still cling on to him. Yeah. It's almost like that's God, and that's probably why he became a first class mage. That's what he thinks being a first class mage like is, right? Is being someone that others can like cling on to, you know? Growing up in a place that is so hopeless in a way, you know? Yet, I mean, I'm saying all this about the Northern Plateau being hopeless and stuff, but like we've seen that society still exists, right? Like they still live on through any amount of hardship, you know, which is interesting. But I mean, hard to say that in this episode, considering what happened, right? God, won't get to eat it anymore. Man, why does it have to be them instead of us? Unlike us, the people of this village didn't choose to fight, right? That's what to being a first class mage is choosing to fight, choosing to take up that mantle, right? To protect the people you care about, I guess, right? If anyone has to die, it should be the first class mages like us who chose this path. And that's why he's so hard. That's why he's so hard on everyone in the exam, right? That's why he had that attitude about it. Because it really does mean that much to him, right? Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, the village was already destroyed. It was too late, right? It was impossible. Yeah, yeah. Huh. I wonder how he feels about that. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Frieren and Stark show up. This scene is scary. God, this is like I guess this is like detecting their mana, I suppose, right? God, terrifying. Oh, it's you, Frieren. Which means the other one I detected was Frieren, the first class mage. Indeed, indeed. So much bloodlust in that spell. I thought you were a demon. I wonder how he feels hearing her say that, huh? I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. Can't blame him for having bloodlust in this situation, right? Yeah, yeah. Hmm. So yeah, Fern, oh god, Fern and Frieren and Stark, they also receive the message, of course. Stark prays, my village was destroyed by demons too. Yeah. Demons eat humans, right? So why are the bodies still here? It was the same at my village. Who knows? Not me at least. They kill humans even when they're full. I wonder why. I don't know, right? Is it just part of what they are, I guess, right? They just can't help it. They just go around killing people, right? Like that's rough, I guess, right? But I mean, I guess I just equate it to like like if a bear, right? Like if you go and mess with a bear's child or something, right? It'll start wanting to kill you really bad, right? And bears don't really like most like animals like that, to my understanding, or mostly it's mostly just like instinct and stuff, right? To like protect their young, that kind of thing, you know? I mean, it could just be instinct, right? It's just kind of how it is. Demons just go around killing people, right? You have to wonder how that happens. Like, why do they exist? How is that the way they are? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, this is the remains of the chivalric Order of Norm that were stationed here. Yes, the trading company's military force indeed. But yeah, I mean, 5 of them for this small of a village. I mean, there's probably lots and lots of villages, right? They probably need hundreds of people to defend if they wanted to defend all of them, you know. An autopsy spell revealed they were killed by blades. An autopsy spell, huh? That's crazy. I wonder how that works. I wonder how that like visually looks, you know? Hmm. So yeah, the one who killed them, the creepy looking one with the forearms using the 4 swords and the crazy eyes, is still out there somewhere. So we gotta find him. Method here. I really thought she was like learning how to use a sword, right? Because like she's kind of like she knows how to do everything, right? She does magic, she does the goddess stuff, she does the you know. I thought she was figuring everything out. She was gonna learn how to become a swordsman. But no, she's trying to, yeah, doing some like detective work. Frankly, pretty cool, honestly. Trying to like figure out like the movements of the sword that were used to kill. You know, yeah, yeah. Hmm. And Stark helps her. I guess Stark would probably be more familiar with that kind of thing. Although has Stark like ever used a sword? I guess in like the village, right? When in like those flashbacks when he's like training and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Demons only conceal their mana for short periods of time. Right, right. Assume it's outside detection range. Indeed. Indeed. Interesting. Interesting. God, we don't often get episodes where it's like 2 episodes of it. Normally it's one self-contained episode and we kind of deal with it, you know? Guess we're back to having like a little arc, huh? We gotta eat some of our bread that literally, I don't even know what it sounds like. The sound makes me so uncomfortable when they bite into it, right? It sounds like, it sounds like they're eating rocks, right? Like literally, right? Like that is just what it sounds like. It sounds like they're biting into a rock and it's breaking apart into their mouth. Like that is what it sounds like. I really want to know how they made those sound effects, you know? Like what did they got like a bag of gravel and just jingled it around? Like God. Anyway, so Stark brings his bread, and Method gives her the rundown on the analysis. Well, in a minute, later, once we learn about the 4 swords, right? First we gotta eat though. Method is so like God, she just loves cute things, I guess. I guess that's her whole thing. Although her definition of cute is kind of scary with Siri, right? Again, I'll put a barrier up around the church. So I suppose he puts the barrier up so nothing can get at the bodies, so they have time to, what, cremate them? I guess, or either cremate them or bring them down all the way down to, like, more south so they can bury them down there, right? Just that's so sad, right? That's so sad. Like, if you grew up here, you know? There is the symbol of the Norm Company again, with the little trading weights, scales, right? Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Stark wants to bury them, of course, but can't do that up here. Yeah, because oh god, the imagery of like all the rats and monsters attacking the corpses. Yeah, like oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Not even the bones are left behind. Yeah. Such a harsh area. Hmm. The clergy have voiced their opposition. I understand how they feel, painfully so. It's inhumane to suggest burning people who already suffered painful deaths. Interesting, but it's something we'll eventually have to accept. Soon enough, no one will be able to rest in their homeland either way. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, this is not how eating bread should go. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Hmm. God, look at her. Like, what? How did she? I couldn't sleep like that. I think, right? This looks uncomfortable, frankly, right? I guess she's like a cat, right? I don't know how many hours a day Frieren sleeps. Does she just stay up really late or something? Like, how? Why does she sleep so long? You know, does she just sleep for 13 hours a day or something? Like, I don't know. I don't know. She just stays up late reading her grimoires. So yes, we learned that Method here is now one of Siri's students, which is interesting. I bet that's something probably a lot of first class majors would want to do, of course, right? I guess it depends on why you become a first class mage, like what your goal is, you know? Hmm. Fern did indeed turn her down. I only wish I could be more useful to her. She's so small and cute. If you say so, I guess. She kind of scares me, honestly, but sure. Mr. Ginnaw has been a perfect example of how not to behave. Don't end up like me. That is interesting. That is very interesting. That he is the opposite of how they would want first class mages to act, huh? Because for me, he felt so emblematic of like what it meant to be a first class mage. Like when we first met him, like in the first class mage exams, you know. But I guess all the first class mages. I mean, Fern's a first class mage now. Method's a first class mage now. You know, it's not like Ginnaw's attitude is what defines it, right? Obviously, you know. God, I wonder if we're ever going to see Khan and Levine ever again. Because they can't come up north. They can't come up north, you know? So, because we keep seeing these characters again from the mage exam. I want to see those two again so badly. Anyway, we talk more about the enemy analysis. Talk about them using two swords, right? But using two swords is kind of weird if they're both like long swords, which she says here is probably true, right? A balance between attacking and defending. Because it's almost like, would it be better to have two long, unwieldy swords versus just one? Probably not, right? But I guess if you have four arms to use four swords with, I guess that's useful. I guess that's good, right? How would you ever like in sword combat, how would you beat someone who has four arms? I guess it would be impossible, right? Like literally. Yeah, I guess you could see it there, right? I mean, there's four swings, one on him, I assume. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. I don't know how that. I don't know. I don't know how they come up with the difference between uh, dual wielding and like four though. I guess it's just the swing marks like don't make any sense even if you have two. It's just there's like not enough, you know. Like there have to be four for it to like make any sense, or else they're just randomly swinging around like nonsensically. Okay, that makes sense. Hmm. The enemy wields four blades. Apparently, it was the natural conclusion based on the cut marks on the knight's blades and surrounding buildings. And Genna here seems to have a memory of who that is, huh? Four blades. Very creepy. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess. I guess that's about it. Good episode. As I said, really good episode. I just really liked the atmosphere and everything in this episode. Just the silence and the just everything. It was really good. I really liked it. And the bread eating sound effects are crazy. Okay, well, yeah, that's it. So, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.